only do I want to, I welcome you. So I'm going to start with some recognitions. I have them written down, so perhaps that will help me not forget anyone. But first of all, I would like the Athens TCAT team, if they would stand, the ones that are here with us, because that's the wind beneath the wings and that we couldn't get without. And so let's give these folks a hand. Kim Davis is my VP, or is the VP, and she wasn't able to be here with us because she's under the weather. And for those among you who know Kim Davis, the fact that she's not here, she must be very far under the weather. And I want to acknowledge her as my right hand, my right arm, and that anything good that happens at TCAT Athens is in large part because of her and this other lady, Barbara Breakville, sitting here in the front row. Next, I would like to recognize the architects of this beautiful building. They've been a joy to work with. We have, I think, shared a common vision from the beginning of this project. There have been very few times when there was a direction that they had recommended that Alicia and I did not share that vision. And so I think that shared vision is a big contributor to what you see here today, and what I feel like, obviously, is a beautiful facility that will represent our region and community. Sarah Butler, Vice President, Architecture. That is GMC Architecture. Let me make sure that I get that out there for anybody who may be looking for an architect. And Patrick Bells, who was the Senior Project Manager. So thank you. And I think John it was very helpful, because instead of missing someone, what I want to do is I'm going to ask all of our elected officials that are here today to please stand. Thank you. A couple of people I want to point out specifically is John Fogarty, our former representative, former director of McMinn County Schools, and a current and longtime friend who has played a major role in the development of this project. So, John, if you'd stand so we could recognize you. That was about the quickest stand I think I have seen. And then also a partner from the beginning is our mayor, McMinn County Mayor, City of Athens, Bo Perkinson. Poe, if you would. A couple of our partners, Rob Preston with the Athens Chamber is here, Rob, and Lindsay Ferguson with McMinn EDC. Lindsay would. Economic development, workforce development go hand in hand. So they are a current and longtime partner to both ourselves and Cleveland State, and this building is the fruition of that relationship. And speaking of the EDC, Kathy Price is here. She's been from the beginning. She decided that she would just go ahead and retire. So, Kathy, thank you. I'm sure I've forgotten someone. I want to, but I will not forget Carol, my significant other, who puts up with me. And that's enough said, right? Yesterday, I was having lunch with Stephanie West, who would be our site manager here, and Alicia Fox, who is a rock star and a dynamo who is behind all this today. So we were having lunch, and our waitress, she recognized me from being from the TCAT, and she recognized Stephanie from being from Cleveland State. And she's like, but now you're with the TCAT and you work for Cleveland State, you're two different colleges. And she was surprised that we were sharing a meal together. And that, that struck me as sad, as a very sad testament. But the thing was, I thought, that's about to change. That's about to change because that relationship has changed. It takes sometimes the perception of the community for that to catch up to that. But this building, as beautiful as it is, and with all the work that has gone into it, the one thing that I feel like is the most important thing that has came out of this building is the strengthening of the relationship between the TCAT Athens and Cleveland State. This building is going to be the catalyst for a working relationship that is going to take to the next level the service to our industry and to our citizens. It's going to create opportunities for collaboration. It's going to present opportunities to work together to serve industry so that we make sure that when they have a need, that whichever of the two of us is the best suited to serve that need will be able to provide it. And it won't be, I got it over them or they got it over us. So that, that's what I'm here today to celebrate. That's the biggest thing here to celebrate. This county, I want to say, as we were building this thing, it's been in the go for about 8 years. If this community, if anyone from outside of McMinn County came to this community that had any kind of influence at all, it didn't matter who they talked to, they were going to hear about this building. And I think they kind of even maybe got a little tired of it eventually, but we wore them down and we're here today. Speaking of which, I do want to also recognize one person that saw the vision of this building, and it was one of the first ones to actually make a concrete step toward the development of it, and that was Randy Boyd, who is the president of the UT. He was the Economic Community Development Commissioner at the time, so he's the one that suggested the first $2 million to go into this budget. So just want to make sure he's not here, but make sure that you folks know that. Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about today. I think y'all have heard about enough from me. I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to thank Mayor Gentry specifically and Senator Bell because they've been with this project from the very beginning. Dr. Fogarty put his part, Mark put his part, but these two guys have been working on it. This was John's vision years ago to have a higher education center, and it's here. And I appreciate you two guys, and I appreciate everybody being here. I will turn it over to my friend and colleague, Dr. Bill Seymour.
Well, thank you, Stuart. And as he said, lots of people had a vision for this facility, and obviously Mayor Gentry was one of those, but I tell you, Stuart, from the very first time that I met him, was talking about this building. And I got to tell you, he's been a driving force. He wanted to make sure that this happened, and I want you to give Stuart a round of applause because this is the man who made it happen. I'm just happy that as we started talking about a partnership for this facility, that is what really gave it the punch, that attention. It really helped get people excited about funding this facility. But I got to tell you, I hope you understand how unique this facility is to have 3 higher education facilities under one roof. But like Stuart and I talked about very early on in my time here, that our relationship is not just here to be a relationship between Cleveland State and TCAT Athens, but it really is about how do we serve this 5-county service area here in Southeast Tennessee. And whether it's a TCAP program or a Cleveland State program, it really doesn't matter as long as that the people of this region are getting served and meeting their needs for education and supporting the workforce and economic development that's here. So this is what I think this building represents in many, many different ways. So it is a model that I think will be replicated many times over the state of Tennessee and over the Southeast. And I really appreciate everybody that had a role in putting it together. I get to do some recognitions as well. So Stuart already stole one of my staff people with Alicia Fox, but I'm going to exemplify that a little bit more. She made it really easy on me. Not only was she the project manager for the new facility, our Health and Science Center in Cleveland, at the same time she was our representative in being the project manager for this facility. And then along came a pandemic, and she was one of our coordinators for that as well. So it's been a really, really crazy year and a half, but Alicia, as Stuart said, is a rock star. She's really my right-hand person when it comes to everything facilities and much, much more. And even just the last few days and with a large group of people from Cleveland State made sure that this was ready today in the kind of shape that we wanted. Would all the employees from Cleveland State please stand? I want to recognize you, and I think that's a good way to do it. If you're part of Cleveland State, please stand. You guys make me very, very proud. Unfortunately, Chancellor Tidings was not able to be here today. And as Stuart and I know, that she was instrumental as she came in and as Chancellor saw the opportunity that is here, got behind it. She helped push it through, work with the legislature, and so she certainly is owed a great deal of gratitude for her work as well. I want to talk about our construction company, Rouse Construction. They've certainly done a great job for this facility. Vice President Alan Calhoun is here today. Alan, wave your hand. Thank you very much. And Jimmy Presley, Superintendent of the project. Let's give them a round of applause. We're very well represented by our U.S. Congress here today. Representing Senator Blackburn's office is Kelly Puckett. Kelly, thank you for being here. From Representative Fleischman's office, Maxine Gerner. From Congressman Desjardins' office, Shirley Pond. And from Senator Hagerty's office, Stan Settles. Thank you. I'd also like to introduce Mike Griffin, who is chair of the Cleveland State Foundation and also the CEO of the Cleveland Bradley Chamber. Thank you for being with us. And if you are a trustee of the Cleveland State Foundation, would you please stand? I'd like to get the whole group recognized. I know there's Paul Wilson over here, Gary Fuller, Cheryl Witt. Also from our chambers is Brandy Gentry here. I thought she was going to be here today, but I want to make sure we represent her as well. From the Southeast Tennessee Development District, Beth Jones and members of her staff. And from McMinn County Schools Director, Dr. Lee Harkison. Lee, are you here? Thank you very much. We have so many partners. And also from the TRDA, Brian Hall, Executive Director, is here as well. Thank you, Brian. Obviously, we could go through the whole room and introduce everybody because you all had something significant to do, and the partnerships that you provide are very exciting. I also want to introduce at Cleveland State Community College, 17 years of service in this region, Dr. Carl Hite. Thank you for coming back, Dr. Hite. And our good friend, President of Tennessee Wesleyan University, Dr. Harley Knowles. Thank you for being a partner as well. Okay, I think enough introductions right now, but I got to tell you folks, this is something exciting. I used to say in Cleveland that we hadn't had a new building in 46 years. That was kind of my mantra as we put that building together in Tennessee. Now I can say, you know, we haven't had a new building in 3 months. But this is something that is truly special because, again, like I said earlier, you won't find another collaboration. And the beneficiaries are the community here in McMinn County and the surrounding area. You've got something special. You've got a great university here in town. You've got a great community college and TCAT Athens doing what they do. I'm not sure you could ask for more in terms of higher education in McMinn County. So congratulations to everybody for being a part of this. So now I'd like to introduce our partner, David Perrin from the UT Extension Eastern Region. So David, come on up.
Well, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. You know, as I look around, I got to take a sneak peek through the building last Friday when the Beef Summit was here and took our Senior Vice President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Tim Cross, which is retiring at the end of August, and he says, I want to say that I have been in that building while I was in service and work. So we went through it all, and as we look around the room, what have we got full of? People. A building is magnificent and well designed and orchestrated, and we've talked about the plans and the architects and the construction, but what makes a building important? It's the people sitting here. It's the people we will serve. It's the people that don't even know they will benefit from this yet because of the things that we'll gain from having the partnerships, the catalytic environment that we will have with all these institutions. The other thing, 6 months ago, would we have felt safe to come and do this? I think we need to thank our health and science community for vaccinations. Because 6 months ago, if we were in here like this, we were going to be masked up 6 feet apart, and we would have said, is anybody in here positive? That's exactly what we've been thinking of. And we're here now, cheerful in just what a few months has done. All of society, I know we're getting over the difference of being COVID and suspect who is, who isn't, to where we can try to conduct society in a normal fashion. And it's affecting a lot of people. And we're part of that educational process to point out that vaccinations are very safe, and let's encourage folks to do that because we want this to be available to everyone. So anyway, again, thank you for letting me be here. My name is David Perrin and serve as the Eastern Region Director for UT Extension. And on behalf of our Dean, Dr. Ashley Stokes, let me just say that it's a great privilege for the University of Tennessee to have staff located and be in a partnership with that.
So what I'm going to start with,
offices are a partnership with that local county. The county, it's a gentleman's agreement. John knows there's no binding agreement there, but it's a gentleman's agreement that goes back decades that the county provides office space for our staff, and then we share both local, county, state, federal, and grant funds to pay salaries and benefits for that staff. We'll find that staff back here. Almost all of them are here with these teal shirts. If you'll stand up there, because that's the folks that are representing UT Extension here. And where's Tim Woods at, our director? If you can't find Tim with a teal shirt, hunt for the cowboy hat. He'll always have that. We also have 3 folks from UT Extension in Knoxville, our budget office, Miss Missy Kitts, Carla Phillips, and Mr. Tim Favre. Thank you for being here today with us. Who have we got? Is Janet Fox with it? Janet, you snuck in here today. I didn't know you were going to be here. Great for that. She is just moved up from Louisiana. She is our Family Consumer Sciences Assistant Dean and Department Head for Family Consumer Sciences, so thank you. But really, I want to just lend a personal thank you to John Gentry. The foresight and the partnership that McMinn County has to provide space to let us be here. That is just an excellent, because I want to go back in time. When I was here in 2019 at the groundbreaking, I shared with the group that remember I had an office in McMinn County for 15 years, 1986 to 2001, right over on College Street where we've just vacated. And John, let me tell you what, by walking last week and this morning, it's a little upgrade. Just a little bit of an upgrade. I'm a little jealous. I wouldn't mind a bit to move back here instead of being Knoxville. In fact, McMinn County, I would have said that our extension office was in one of the less desirables to now we're it in the state. You have laid a great ostrich egg for all of our other counties to take a look at and say, gosh, we want one like that. And what an opportunity to have a partnership to where we can be here with Cleveland State and TCAT. Because you think about the programs that we do, it's all about educational programs, agricultural natural resources, family consumer sciences, community economic development, 4-H youth development. We have education for those mothers with prenatal unborn children, all the way through to those senior mature adults and all in between. But what a great opportunity to bring those 4-H students in here. And here we have two local institutions that's primed to say, here's a place that you could further that education. Yeah, we want you to end up with a degree at some point with University of Tennessee, but right here in your back door, at home, in McMinn County and surrounding, we've got a holistic opportunity to help education in this community. Again, what it's all about. We can have a great design building, but without the people, it just doesn't work. And that's what's the important thing, and so great to see all these smiling faces and see everyone here this morning giving us the opportunity to be part of that, allowing me to say just a few words in front of this group. Thank you so very much. John, thank you very much.
Thank you, David. All right. Thank you very much for that, David. How good and pleasant is it when brethren dwell together in unity? Isn't this beautiful to be together today? What a wonderful moment and a wonderful occasion and wonderful timing for us to be opening this building. Good morning, I'm your city manager, Seth Sumner, and I wanted to welcome everyone. We have numerous distinguished guests with us this morning, and I do want to give thanks to Mayor Bo Perkinson, who was originally planning to be out of town for this day, but was able to join us. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this morning, Mayor. Our Vice Mayor, Mark Lockmiller, is with us, and Councilmember Jordan Curtis, I saw, has joined us as well. Thank you, gentlemen, for your input and the input and obligation from previous city councils that have made this a good partnership between the city, the county, the state, and these educational institutions. I wish to extend a hearty, friendly city welcome to all of our neighbors, our partners, and our distinguished guests this morning. The strength of a modern community is best expressed by its commitment to education. This idea, I spoke to former Mayor Ann Davis just this morning, the idea, the dream for Athens, for McMinn County to be the center for workforce development in Southeast Tennessee was born over a decade ago. It was a meeting with Athens, with County Mayor John Gentry, with Stuart Smith, with Rob Preston and our Chamber of Commerce, and the idea was borrowed from the incubator at Cleveland State. And from there, it is impressive, incredible to see how that idea, that dream, developed, catalyzed into something that wasn't even dreamt of or thought of at that time, into something so much more incredible because of the strength of our partners and our partnership in this community. Right here, we stand at the epicenter. If you draw a 60-mile circle, we reach 1.2 million people. We stand in a new model, not only promoting efficiency of your tax dollars, efficiency in education, but most importantly, the effectiveness that this facility bringing all people under one roof to promote workforce development and skills training. How powerful is this going to be for making Athens and McMinn County even stronger place where industries want to grow, where industries want to be, where people want to come to learn to better themselves, to better their communities, so they can better their families. Thank you. The Development District, Beth, Jones, y'all are part of this dream very early on, and I know there are so many others that have helped all along the way to make this day possible. This is it, folks. We're here together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for the families that are going to be impacted by this facility and by our community coming together in new and stronger ways because of what folks will learn and grow within these walls. Thank you all for everything that you've done to make this possible. I would now like to introduce Dr. Carol Puryear from TBR, the Vice Chancellor for Economic and Community Development and President of TCAT Murfreesboro.
First of all, thank you so much for being here. It is wonderful to see this facility, and I know how hard all of you have worked to make this happen. So thank you for letting me be a part of your day. I want to thank Mr. Summer, President Seymour, President Smith, Director Perrin. I also want to be sure to thank Mayor Gentry, all other local officials, and I'd also like to thank the faculty and staff at both Cleveland, Athens, TCAT, along with the Extension UT. Thank you all. Thank you all for the work that you've done to make this happen today. I'd also like to recognize, we already recognized some of the college presidents, but I also want to recognize TCAT President from Harriman, which is Dennis Turpin, her VP, Chris Ayers, and President Myra West from Livingston. They're also here with us today celebrating. Speaking on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, we're proud to partner with all of you, and all of you had a part to play in this great project for Athens and McMinn County and the University of Tennessee, and local businesses and industry. So thank you all for coming out today to celebrate and including me in your celebration. It is a great day to be in McMinn County. But I've never had a bad day in McMinn County, so I don't know any other way, so I like to visit here. But I would like to let you know that there are about 5 community-based higher education centers like this that are housed partnerships, not just the technical college and the community colleges, but also 2 higher education centers coming together. In this case, the Tennessee Board of Regents and the University of Tennessee, all coming together. And you know what else is here? Again, that business and industry theme, because we know that it takes workforce and economic development and a good educated workforce to have success in our community. And that's what this center is going to do. It is going to just take it up one more notch in McMinn County. You know, 20 months ago, there was a groundbreaking here. This was a field. And while we could imagine what this building might look like, fast forward and we're here. We've gone through the pandemic. Everything about our lives have changed. How we work, how we play, and how we live. We've made it through, and this building is a good example of what can take place when people work together. Very, very exciting times. I'd like to thank all the folks that had anything to do with the construction and the design of this facility. So the construction employees, the architects, the engineers who brought this project through, and Dick Tracy from the Tennessee Board of Regents. Dick, stand up. Dick oversees the facilities. I personally tease Dick a lot. We have a running relationship, but Dick, this is a wonderful project, and it's beautiful, and I know that folks have helped along the way, so thank you so much. The design team at Goodwin Mills in Kaywood, this building is beautiful. We've been snapping pictures everywhere, haven't we, Myra? It is so nice. We're going to steal everything. And the team at Rouse Construction Company, including all the subcontractors. Again, I won't belabor and repeat because Stuart will hit me with something shortly, and Carol, I don't want that to happen. But we do want to thank you, from the architect, the design, from the first nail that went in to the final comp, everything, from pulling permits, all of you. And that's what I love about McMinn County, Mayor, is everybody pulls together for what's good for the people here. This facility is going to enable Cleveland State to expand its offerings in Athens, so you don't have to get in your car and drive away and all those sorts of things happening. It's going to allow TCAP Athens to offer their program here, and I spoke to some of your students, Stuart, and they absolutely love it here. So we're proud about that and proud to be a part of that. It is an outstanding facility. It is a role model for everyone across this state for a multi-purpose, multi-use facility housing a variety of programs, from adult education through the extension service on through higher education, and we couldn't be prouder. Students who receive their degree from this institution will be able to transfer to UT seamlessly, which all of us in this room in education know how important that is to make that happen. But again, we've talked about the building, we've talked about how beautiful it is, and all of that is true. But what's really wonderful about this facility is the magic that is going to happen inside. Cleveland State, TCAT Athens, and the Extension Service, and Adult Basic Education, they have a history of being student-centered and workforce-focused. And as long as we keep those two things in mind, we will have success, and I know we will. Under the President's leadership, the faculty and staff dedication, this building will be a catalyst that will change lives for generations to come, and it all started right here. We have a lot of businesses that I also want to recognize, and that is truly the heartbeat of every community. We want to thank partners at Denso Manufacturing, who've been a great supporter, as well as all the other manufacturers in the areas that have believed in this project and have helped to make today happen. Very, very important. And finally, I want to thank Governor Bill Lee and Senator Mike Bell, Representative Mike Cochran, and the former Representative John Fordley. Thank you so much. This project was conceived 10 years ago, but Governor Lee included in the state funding in 2019. And very shortly after that, this thing started to roll here, and we're so excited. And that was from the strong support of Senator Bell and Representative Cochran, the General Assembly, for approving the funding for this building and making sure that construction got started, they stayed on time, and they finished on time. And that is so important. Governor Lee's emphasis on career and technical education is exactly what Tennessee needs right now. And the project is a perfect example of that vision. And finally, we want to thank the McMinn County Economic Development Authority, the City of Athens, and I'm sure I've left someone out, for all their contributions. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for letting me be part of your day today. And remember, it is a good day in McMinn County. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us. And first of all, to the 3 or 4 people in the room who have not been thanked or recognized, we're happy you're here today too. We're glad you've joined us also. So this building is really, I mean, it is a testament to what can happen when everyone comes together for a common goal. It's been unique for me because I've seen it come into fruition from 2 different roles. So I started in the county mayor's office just a little over 10 years ago. And that's when we started discussions about this building, and those discussions were started by all the people that you saw recognized here today. I remember being in those meetings with all those folks that you've seen stand up, and that kind of brainstorming. Does it need to be a business incubator, a training center? What does it need to look like? And just over the last decade, working together and fine-tuning and getting the funding for it, we see this beautiful structure here that we are in today. And also, at the very end of the process, to be able, as state representative here in the 23rd District, to be able to vote for funding for the project that I saw get started a decade earlier was a really cool experience. And just to speak to that, as far as securing that funding, Senator Bell and Representative Fogarty basically ran the ball down 99 yards and put it on the goal line. And then I got elected, and they let me walk it into the end zone for them and with them. And so they deserve a lot of credit. They did work on this for many, many years before I got here. I just happened to get there at the right time and again, just see it become a reality. Right now, this building is a model as far as for cooperation, and we talk about it being the model of the state for higher education centers coming together. What I want to see, and what I believe we will see, is that it is the model for results. That in 3 or 4 years, people are saying, my goodness, have you seen the products that they are producing in McMinn County? Have you seen the kinds of students and the skilled workforce that they are producing in McMinn County for this entire region? And so I think right now, while the building and the cooperation are the model, the results that this facility that it will produce, that will be the model here in just a few years. But they'll be talking about that for a long time, and I look forward to it. And again, I'm just honored to be a part of it. So, Senator Bell.
Well, and thank you for being here today. This is called the McMinn County Higher Education Center. I know we've got representatives here from Monroe County, from Bradley County, and this center will touch all of Southeast Tennessee. People from Polk County, Meigs County, Ray County, Loudoun County will be using this facility, and as has been said time and time again, it truly is unique in the whole state of Tennessee, and it wouldn't have happened, again, without Stewart, Dr. Seymour, Dr. Height, John Gentry, who were the catalyst to get this started from the beginning and have been a bulldog. I actually was texting over here former Governor Haslam as well. I wanted to recognize him. While the funding was finalized under Governor Lee, it was first approved under Governor Haslam. And I told him this morning where we were at. I asked him to forgive me. I probably should have invited him here because he also was very instrumental in getting this started and getting this done. So again, thank you for being here. This is a great day for McMinn County and a great day for Southeast Tennessee.
My agenda says I'm supposed to wrap it up, so that's what we're going to do. I was writing notes while everyone was speaking of everyone that I really wanted to recognize these people, but they all got recognized, so I didn't have to do it. So what a wonderful day. Almost get a little emotional when I think about where the journey started and where we are today. And again, it is so exciting to think about, kind of like what Representative Cochran said, I'm so excited about what we're going to be talking about years from now. I think my part was kind of easy compared to what the instructors have the task ahead of them to really turn out that next level of student and trained workforce. I was looking at Denzo here. Our local industry went to Nashville with us. We had to have someone vouch for us that this need was there. And I remember all the plant manager meetings that Stewart had organized and just kept hearing. And it was during a time of a recession. And I think we'd almost approached 15% unemployment. And we were going around the plant manager saying, I have job openings. And man, we said, we got a disconnect here. You know, there's jobs, but we didn't have the skilled workforce we needed. And so we got to jump into action. But our part was easy. It was just to listen. It was just to listen to our community. And that was all my role was to listen and then just kind of transfer that knowledge to the people that really could make a difference. And I know there were just, Dick Tracy, I can't help but thank you enough. I'm in awe of, I told Sammy, I think he knows every square foot of every building the Board of Regents owns, which is probably millions of square feet. Just amazing talent that the state of Tennessee has. And I'm so blessed when I was thinking about all these different pieces, that we live in a state where there were so many opportunities for the ball to be dropped somewhere. And every time it got handed off to a stronger player. I was the weak one that just got to push it. But everywhere else, I got to hand it off to someone stronger and more influential that made it happen. And so I'm so thankful to live in a state that recognizes that labor and purpose and work is a good thing. And that's what makes us the great state that we are. And with that, we're going to have a ribbon cutting. And I don't want to, Alicia said, John, take care of this. But I'm not. I want Alicia to stand up here and tell us what to do.
Thanks for that. Yeah, you said you had it, and I wasn't going to have to get up here. Yeah, so as Mayor Gentry said, we are, the next part of our program is we are going to head outside because it is not downpouring, which is great because the weather looked bad. So we're going to go outside and take some ribbon cutting photos. So we're going to do that, and then as soon as that's over, we're going to meet back inside for anybody that would like to take a tour of the building. We're going to have several tours going on. So yeah, that wraps up the program. We're so glad you're here. For the people in the audience, if you wouldn't mind to exit out the way you came in, head out those front doors, and then we're going to bring the platform party out to come and stand up there with the big scissors and the ribbon and get the party started. So thank you for being here. Thanks.